Is everyone able to hear me?
Yes, we hear you, Laura.
Yes, because Alexander is saying on the chat he doesn't hear me.
Hi, Laura.
Hello.
Sorry for my late.
No,
I
no,
just joined now.
no, no, don't worry. Alexander is telling me that he doesn't hear me.
I hear you well.
Yes. Well, I was saying we left last meeting on the labels. Okay, so I wanted to talk about the rest of the configuration of the campaign and then go to accounts. Okay, so notifications are the notifications that we can send from the platform, the one as we saw on the VCC. We can set up here notification for this specific campaign to send, for example, if an agent logged in, if an agent logged out, if we get a new interaction, if we close an interaction, and so. Canned messages are the predefined messages that we can set up for the agent to click and not to have to write them down. I'm going to create two, one text and one HTML, because I want you to see what's the difference between them. Okay. So here I configure two message. This is a HTML format message and this is a text plain format message. Okay. The agent will be able to select one of these to send right away on his interaction. I will show you that with the agent logged in. Okay. So the next thing I want you to see is the rules. Okay. Here we can configure rules that will apply for every interaction that comes in. Okay. For example, a rule is a condition or more than one condition for automatize one specific behavior. For example, if you want your chats be your chats, your emails, something, any interaction that you have on the campaign. For example, you want to set up a rule that if you have a new mail and in the subject you have a specific word, you can set up a specific behavior for that. Or you have a chat and the person that came in had a combo on the form, and in that combo the person specify what's the topic he needs to talk about. Maybe we can get that information and do one thing specifically for that. Okay, so here you can set up rules. For example, I want to apply this rule for mail. Okay, I don't have any account right now, so I won't be able to save. Okay, for example, the mail account that I have right now and the direction or just for inbound. Okay, so I have here the conditions. For example, basic filters. We have to match all filters or match any filters without or. For example, if the from is for if the subject contains support, or the from is for a specific person, from someone at mail.com. Or my body contains the word claim. Okay. We can, for example, assign this conversation for a specific level. Yes. And here we can process the actions. For example, an action can be archive the conversation. Maybe my action is mark as spam, or maybe my action is transfer the this interaction, or maybe uh, my action is change priority. Okay.
Okay, so it's kind of rules based on some inputs.
Yes,
And
based
the
on some
action.
conditions. For example, uh, many of our clients ask us maybe for blocking one account. Maybe one account, one email is spamming them with something. Well, you can here set up a rule for those emails from someone to be archive, to be sent, to be finished automatically. For example, of
Okay.
of or you can have for example maybe you have specific mails from an account and those are very important. Maybe you can set up here in the from you want to change his priority, right? And maybe you want to transfer that specific interaction to another campaign or another attention level. We'll be seeing attention level in just 5 minutes. Okay. With rules, you can also apply labels automatically. Okay. You can assign whether it's a system label or not. But the difference is that if I create here a system label, for example, client, I'm saying that the agent will not be available to manually assign this, but a rule can assign this and a rule that is not system. If I do this, the only thing I'm saying is that the agent won't be able to assign the label client manually. Okay? So here on the rules, I can set up new rules also. For example, an inbound blacklist also for call. Um, I can develop this, and also for chat. Yes, we can achieve like specific rules for each channel. I can do an action or I can apply a label if I want. Okay. Questions? Obviously, this is without using a flow, right?
So it's based on receiving the conversations. It's not a flow.
No, it's just predefined rules to maybe do something specific. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Right now, I want to talk about attention levels. Okay. What's an attention level? An attention level is a way for me to separate the agents in groups. For example, and this is the easiest example I have. Imagine that I have a campaign for support, okay? This is inConcert support, okay? In support, we usually have levels within our engineers. Level 1, level 2, level 3. Okay? So I can set up here, if I have 10 agents assigned, I can separate agents in attention groups. For example, support level 1, support level 2, and support level 3. And I can assign my campaign to set all the interactions to attention level 1. It doesn't matter if I have in attention in support level 2 and support level 3 agents available. I want all my interactions go to attention support level 1. Okay? And that will do that every, for example, call will go to that specific level, and only and just only if an agent of support level 1 transfer the call to support level 2 is how an agent of support level 2 will get an interaction. Okay, so we have a way, for example, to escalate within the attention levels. Okay, or for example, uh, not an example of escalating the ticket, and just to separate between subjects. Let's think of another example. Maybe I have a Facebook account integrated with inConcert. Usually when we integrate a Facebook or a Twitter or an Instagram, we can't know what's the topic of the conversation. We don't specifically know the client it's reaching us, why he's reaching us. Maybe for support, maybe for questions, information, a claim, and maybe we can have attention level within the agents for that specific topic, and we can assign those interactions uh, specifically by the subject our client wants to talk about. Maybe a supervisor, it's the one that will uh, send the interactions to that specific attention level. Maybe he's reviewing the queue and transferring the interaction for one attention level to another one. Okay, so attention levels will give us the opportunity to uh, separate the agents for a specific skill, maybe call it skill, uh, or for example, in the support example, maybe knowledge. Okay, so here you can create the attention level and add members. Okay, that's the only thing you will need to do. Here you just create the attention level and assign the members. We will review how to set up, for example, all the interactions go to attention level 1, for example. Okay, here is just where you created and the members assigned to that attention level. This is only applicable to the specific campaign. Okay, well,
I have a question here, Laura.
yes.
What is the difference between attention level and skill level or priorities that we have discussed yesterday? There
Mm,
was something like that related to queue.
no, for example, if when you assign skill,
Yes.
you can't achieve in concert to stop assigning the interaction to an agent. For example, if you have the support example I gave you, support level 1, level 2, and level 3. If I assign all the interactions go to support level 1, once all the agents in support level 1 are busy, inConcert won't give any other agent the interaction. They're going to stay in the queue or in waiting. When you have skill on the distribution, you will get the agents that every agent can have an interaction. I don't know if I am explaining myself. For example, let me draw you. Mm. Mhm. For example, if you have attention levels, attention level 1, and I'm going to set up 2. That's easy. That's enough. And attention level 2. Okay. You have groups. If I say to inConcert, for example, all interactions needs to go to level 1, I will set up interactions here, 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 and only here. There's no way inConcert will assign automatically to here because I'm setting up just go to level 1. And the only way for level 2 have interaction is 1 transfer to 2. When I assign skill on the distribution, I'm saying this is only just one group. I'm not separating in groups. I'm just putting a skill, maybe 10, 10, 8, 5, and 1. Okay, I have 5 H's. But inConcert will give 10, 10, 10, 10, then 8, 8, 8, 5, 5, 5, and 1. But you
Mm,
have the whole bunch in one group. You are not separating, right?
okay, thank you.
This is the difference. With skill, you have every agent with one skill, but you have them in just one group. There's no way for you to to separate them. inConcert sees
Mm,
it as a whole group. Okay.
okay,
Okay, great. Okay. So now in accounts we can create the channels that we want. Okay. So if I add an account, I will be seeing, for example, here, the first thing that he is going to ask us is which channel do you want to activate? Call, web chat, mail, SMS, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, contact form, Apple Store, and Google Play. Okay, we'll be reviewing. For example, right now we're going to reviewing web chat. Okay, so what can we achieve with the web chat? So the first thing he's going to ask me is the name or description. For example, sales chat. Sales sales chat. Okay, the distribution. Okay, I can always choose circular, keyword, or skill base. A skill base is the one that we already saw with skills. He will assign first the agents that has the top skill, and so okay. Circular is the ACD, the automatic ACD. Yeah, inConcert will automatically assign those interactions whether I'm available or not. Okay, and keyword will be the difference is that that inConcert won't get the interaction set automatically to the agent, and it's the agent the one who has to go to the queue and grab that interaction. It's just let's think about an inbox of an email. I have all my unread messages. I can choose which one to take, and it's manually done by the agent. Okay, so let's start with circular, and then we're going to see the difference. Okay, language. This is for the spelling checker. Okay, priority. I can set up a priority between the counts. Let's say 1. Check active agents. This check will disable the web chat if we don't have any agents logged in on the campaign. Yeah, for example, let's open a chat. Mm, So this is an example of inConcert chat. Okay, I have here a web page and I have here a button. Okay, so if I click here, I start a chat conversation. Okay, so this what it does is if I check this and if I don't have any agent active in my campaign, inConcert won't show this button. Okay, this is something that we developed because one client uh, complained on if I don't have any agents, how would I show the button if I don't have anyone to attend that interaction. Well, this is maybe something that applies or not, because maybe if my chat is automatized with a bot, it doesn't matter if I have agents or not, right? So client Windows display is the size of the display my agent is going to get. I will set here normal and then I'm going to change it for you to see what's the difference. Okay. Web app. Here is where we're going to set up the design of the chat. Okay. One chat can have a specific design different from another. Okay. Since I haven't done any design, I see only here default. Okay. inConcert has a default form design that I'm going to see, you're going to see right now. Okay. So I cannot, um, I cannot assign anyone else or a design yet because I don't have any design yet. Okay. Window type. I can have two window type, embed or pop-up. What does this mean? Embed is the window type that is going to live within the client's uh, website. For example, the one that I just showed you. But we have another types of chats. For example, let me show you. This is another example. When I click here, it doesn't bring me anything on the web form, but it's showing me another form, right? So we have two types of window, embed or pop-up. Okay. Start button. This is telling me which button is the one that triggers the interaction. From app means that is our button. For example, the button that I just showed you here. This is, for example, our button. Here is our button. Or I can have made by the client. The client can do his own button and, for example, do something like this. This is a button. This is an example, right? Imagine that my client developed this button anywhere on his website. I can set up here the ID if I select here page control, I can set up here the ID of the button and do something like this. If I click here on execute, that will bring my chat up. Okay, so that's the difference between. I'm going to select from app. Announce member. If you have any doubt, you can click here and have the message displayed. By checking this box, a message will display to the user indicating that agent has been assigned from this service. I never click this because I'm going to show you a different message here. Okay, go chat that directly if transfer. Okay, so by checking this box, when the interaction is transferred, the operator will directly view the chat window. I always click this. Okay, I'm going to show you later when we have an interaction what does this mean. Okay, so this is the snippet code. What is the snippet code? This is what you need to assign to your website or your client's website to see the chat. So for example, I'm going to go to a web server. Okay, I'm going to connect to a web server and I'm going to create a website with this snippet. I'm going to create a website, an HTML with just a title and the snippet. And we are going to see that here. Here on select attention levels, we can assign the attention level that will get all the interactions set up. Remember the example that we talk about with support, okay? I can set up, for example, all my interactions go to support level 1. And that's where I'm going to select it. Okay, so I have here a web server, right? I'm going to for example, training chat. I'm going to select here and I'm going to paste this here. Okay, here's where I want to select the attention levels for the campaign and which one will get all the inbound interactions. Okay, integrate with Google Analytics. If I click yes, I only have to put the key here. Track clients history browsing history. This will allow the agent to see all the previous pages that the client uh, was seeing before coming to the chat. Okay, so this uses a track me service. For example, if I open my browser and I go to Google, I search something in Google, then I go to the chat and then I start the chat. This will allow my agent to see the browser history of the client. Okay, if you want to enable this, you need to have a subdomain published. The subdomain is track me and with the domain, and you have to also assign this snippet to your HTML, to your website. Do you see here, track me at Capacitación I6? You have to publish this subdomain, okay? If you don't want to use it, just disable that. Pre-existing forms control integration. This works, for example, when we usually have a chat, we use, for example, a login form for the client to put his name, his email, or some other info, right? But for example, if my website has already that information, for example, I want to be able to start the chat if my users log in to my platform. I usually already have their name, their email, and so. So here I can have or I can assign parameters for me to read from the page. So for example, if the page puts the name on a text input, I can read the name and I can use those variables and remove my login, right? So basically what this does is it's for the website to send me variables to the chat. For example, the name, the email, and any custom field that I want to read from the website, right? The website can pass to the chat any variable. Okay, so we use this for that. Okay, we can configure also triggers to show the chat window. For example, I want the chat to be shown automatically without the client clicking the button. I can put here time on page. After 0 seconds, I want my chat window to open. Okay, if I confirm here, this what it does is at loading time, my window chat will display. Okay, there's no need for my for my for my client to click on the button. I have here an example for that. Let me show you here. Yes, I didn't click and that automatically worked. Okay, I didn't click this. I'm going to leave my mouse up there. Yes, it will show automatically. Okay. Enable ticket assignment. Do you remember my custom ticket? Well, I can set up here. Let's do it for us to see. Okay. Yes. Enable content management inside system. Okay. This is what enables omnichannel. Okay. Let me show you this later because I want to have more than one account for you to see how this works. Okay. So let's not enable content management, and I will be talking about this later. Okay. Enable out of hours contact form. Maybe I can in chat assign a form to leave me an email on after hours. Maybe I want to, maybe I don't. So here we can set up a form for out of hours. Okay. Flow management is where we assign a bot. Okay. So we have a bot on incoming and out of schedule. We can have two types of bot, or we can assign the same one for each. Okay. For now, I don't have any bots so far. Okay. And now we have thresholds. These are all the thresholds that I can configure. For example, service level. We all know what service level is, right? Guys?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, of course. Okay, so for example, I'm going to set up 30 seconds. Okay, so I am setting up that my service level goal is 30 seconds. This means that I need to be able to answer all my chats within 30 seconds. But what does this mean on chat? This is very important. The interaction is marked as attended at the time my agent sends the first message. Okay, so if I click here, circular, and my agent is available, and I immediately send the interaction to my agent, the service levels apply when my agent sends the first interaction. Because if my agent doesn't send any message, that interaction will be marked as abandoned. Okay, I will show you with some examples. Okay, I will be connecting right now as an agent and as a client, and I will show you how this works. Okay, I can set up other thresholds. For example, ghost threshold, inactivity threshold. For example, I'll be setting up here for inactivity 5 minutes. This means that if my client doesn't do anything for 5 minutes, I will close automatically this interaction for inactivity, right? I'll be setting up here 5 minutes. Okay, I can set up here.
So this,
Yes,
sorry, Laura, but this will close the chat automatically?
yes, yes. We're going to do many examples right now. I'm going to show you what does apply for any chat. Okay, I will show you right away.
Okay. Okay.
Enable ACD wait threshold. If I want to, for example, set up that if my chat is waiting 5 minutes, 5 minutes, I can finalize the conversation or transfer the conversation to another campaign, maybe. Okay. I'm not forced to configure this. If I don't want to do anything, that's it. And for example, I can also select, for example, at 10 seconds, I want to show the first message for waiting, and every minute I want to show once again the repeated message. Okay, but where are these message configured? Here on messages. For example, can I have a welcome message? Yes, of course. I can write a custom. Hello, thank you for contacting us. Okay, maybe I want for waiting message. I'm going to copy this. We will be right. We will be. Um. Okay, out of hours. No, yeah, let's use the built-in message. Announce chatting agent. Okay, let's put that one. Okay, I'm going to confirm. Okay, this is a snippet that the account created. I already copied that and put it on my website. Okay, so what is channels? Channels, if you see here on the campaign, I am not able to modify this, okay? Once created, I can't touch this from here. If I want to touch the thresholds, I need to go here to channels, okay? Here is where I'm going to touch this, okay? So the great part begins. I'm going to connect as an agent, and I want us to start attending some chats. Mm, Okay, so who is in this campaign? Oh, training. Sorry, I logged in with another one. Training. Great. I'm in sales and in inConcert. Okay, so this is the main view of the agent. Okay, on the left I have my conversations, active, live. Live are the live channels, chat and telephony. Appointments, archive is the interaction that I already closed. And unattended conversation are queued if I select on the distribution of the campaign queued, all those interactions are coming here. Waiting is for circular, the ones that are assigned automatically. I have here my two labels. I have here my abandoned queue. Okay. On the right, I have my campaigns. I have two campaigns assigned, sales and inConcert. And here I can see the counts. For example, sales chat. And here I have telephony. Okay. I can here have my contacts. These are the contacts that are on inConcert. And I have here my team. For example, I have admin inConcert on 45 minutes ago in break. This is admin inConcert. Okay. If I want to write to him, I can here select him and start chatting here. Okay. So this is my current state of online, no ACD. Okay. Here I can see all the channels. If the channel is in green blue, this means that the channel is active. But you see the difference here between this and this is because I can start a new call if I want, but I cannot start a web chat. Web chat is a only inbound type of channel. Okay. So let's go to my chat. Okay, let me see. Training. Let me see something. Okay, do you see here? Chat with us. This is the default designed. Okay. So I want you to see what happens if I click on here. So the default design doesn't have a login web page. It immediately goes to the conversation. Do you remember that we set up here, hello, thank you for contacting inConcert? We set up this
Just the
message.
welcome.
Yes, we set up this message here. Well, hello, thank you, contacting. And in 10 seconds, he showed me this. We will be with you in a moment. You are queued on place 0. This means you're next. We put this here on waiting message. And remember that we put that in a minute will show me this again here in a minute. Okay, so let's see if he gives me that. So the default design is this one. Here you can disable it. Here's the message again. Emoticons, the message, attach, print. Did you hear the beep beep? Well, I can disable that here, and this notification one I can, if I click here, I disables. Okay. So do you see the interaction is here on waiting? That's because we assign ACD. Okay. So inConcert will assign that interaction automatically if I am available. Okay, and only if I am available. Okay. Name. Web client, it's the name for this interaction because I don't have any login form to put my name. So the default name for each chat where I don't put the name is web client. Okay. Okay. Once again, the message. Okay. I'll be clicking available. I have here now my interaction, and I have here you're chatting. You're now chatting with training. Why training? Because my name is training. Okay. And what happened with the agent? I now see my campaign, sales, account, telesales, and do you see my ticket? This is the ticket that we assign, right? And
Yes.
and I see right now you're chatting with training. Okay. I have here the hello. Okay. I'm going to close this. Okay. And when I do that, did you see that the interaction automatically went off? This is the first thing I want to show you with chat. Okay. Why the interaction disappeared? Okay. I want to show you here why. Because campaign sales. Because if I don't respond with a message, my interaction is marked as abandoned. Do you see here abandoned? Yes. And why is that?
Yes.
It's because on inConcert, we take that the interaction was taken if my agent at least send one message. Okay, so it's marked as abandoned, so I cannot disposition that interaction. Okay, I'm going to start another chat. Okay, you're chatting with training. That's because I already have the interaction here. I'm going to answer in 1 minute. inConcert assigned me that interaction already, but I am not sending anything until 1 minute. I have here my live interactions. For example, 3 chats and 1 call. If my capacity is for that, okay? Let's wait 1 minute. So let's see here on the report. On the reports, I have summarize and detail. I know this is a detail because I have here these lines. Campaign sales start date. This is my time zone because my user is in my time zone. Account sales chat. Attention level none. Contact name web. First agent none, none, no, no. Take it no. Finish it no. Abandon it yes. Service level no. Who's the ender? The contact. End date duration time, baud time, wait time, ACD time, wait answer time. Okay, I'm going to answer already. Hello. Okay, let's see. This is my agent's response. Okay, so let me show you some things about the agent. Okay, do you remember this configuration with here normal or maximized? What this does is this is normal and this is maximized. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So for example, do you remember the canned messages that I configured HTML and text plain?
Yes, the kind of
Okay.
messages.
Okay. So for example, a text plain, I can set up here show, and I can show. Okay. And what's the difference between them that I wanted to show you? For example, if I click on plus, this will get me here the text, and I can add something. One big difference with HTML is, do you see here send? This automatically sends the message. Did you see the difference? If I click here, it automatically sends the message without giving me time for editing. If I click here on add, this will give me the message here, and I can be able to send it. But if you want, you can also click here on show, and you can copy the message, right? But I want you to know the difference, because if you want your agent to be able to edit some of the part of the message, you can use a text plain. Okay. Okay. What an agent can do? For example, here I can end the conversation. Okay. Obviously the client ends the conversation here, but the agent can hang up the conversation here. On the three dots, I have other possibilities. Requeue the interaction, transfer to another, maybe member, campaign, or attention level, or a process. I can add a comment, I can assign a label, okay, or I can search a ticket. Okay, let's finish this interaction. Okay, I will click here, and I'm going to finish. Do you remember this? Well, I am going to set just in finish, and I can set up a comment. Okay, I'm going to put just information. Okay, and the conversation has terminated. Okay, I want you to see this. Do you see now that I have here campaign, sales, start date, account? Do you have? Do you see that I have now first agent and last agent training? Do you see take it? Yes. And do you see service level? No. Why service level no if inConcert assign the interaction right away? This is because service level will take my answer as the time of the actual attention of the interaction. Okay? Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
And also I wanted you to see the ender this time who ended the conversation was the agent training. Okay. Start attention date. Do you see ACD time 0, but wait answer time 1.5 minutes? And this is what applies to service level. Okay. Well, disposition, just
Sorry
information.
again,
Sorry.
for
Yes.
the wait answer time. What is the difference between wait answer time and the ACD time?
This is for the first text of the agent.
So first response time.
Yes.
Okay, and the attention time.
The attention time is the total time of the interaction.
So the duration for the conversation.
Yeah, for example, in a call, the attention time is when the call was assigned to the agent and the agent hung up or the client hung up. On chat, it's the same. Is since the interaction went to the agent and how much time he attended that chat. And this is wrap up time. Is the time between the end of the interaction and when I finish with a disposition code.
So the attention time does not include the wrap-up time. Is that correct?
You see here the disposition tree. And do you see here the ticket?
Yes, it's from the rules.
Yeah. And do you remember on the disposition codes that we set up sales as a goal? Here you can see goal, no, 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 no. Only in those finish as deal, I will see goal, yes. Okay, let's have another interaction and I will show you something else. Hello, I'm going to answer right away. Hello. Okay. Okay. I want you to see the inactivity. Okay. So my agent responded on service level because I responded in a few seconds. Okay. And I want to have 5 minutes here without saying anything. Okay. And in the meantime, I will do some changes to the campaign. For example, I'm going to change to keyword. Okay. The other thing I want to show you on the next is the out of hours. I'm going to remove Monday, okay? Guys, give me 2 minutes. I'll be back. I'll be back for the inactivity, okay? Be right back.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, I'm back. Let me see if I already have. Yes. Do you see here that the conversation has terminated? Okay. And if I go to the agent, I already see my interaction closed and ready to be disposition. Okay. Just information. Okay. Finish. Let's go to the report. If I execute here, I now see sales, account, first agent training was attended. Take it, yes. Finish it, yes. Was in service level, yes. Remember that I responded right away, okay? Enter inactivity. Enter is an interesting field because this will give me uh, info of who ended the conversation. For example, this contact means that the client ended the interaction. Agent means the agent closed it. Inactivity is my inactivity threshold. Remember, I put 5 minutes. Okay. We have other, like for example, network. Network. I will show you this because uh, always our clients have questions for that. And I will have here the time, the positions, and so. Okay, the ticket. Okay, what happens if I start a new chat right now? We're sorry, but There are no agents to attend you right now. Please contact us during our operating hours. Do you remember? Do you remember the message that we put here? Out of hours message. Okay, so that's what I see here. Okay, but let me tell you something for a minute. This message will only be shown to you if you access the chat in out of business. Okay, so for example, if I enter the website out of business, I can also have different behaviors for my design. Okay, for example, I can show you the button, but you won't be able to click it. Or if I out of hours, I won't be showing you the button. Okay, those types of behaviors are managed on the design, not in the campaign. Okay, so the campaign will only give you access to the out of hour message that is only shown whether a user access the chat out of hours. What I mean with access the chat is the chat window, right, where you chat with the agent. Okay. Okay, let me show you here. And they're out of hours. Okay. I want to show you other. Do you remember that we changed to queue? Here is the interaction queue. inConcert won't give me the interaction automatically because I assign my campaign to be queued. Okay, and if for example I start a new chat, okay, do you see my two interactions here? So on queue, the agent can see, for example, hello, okay, and this one, hello, my name is Laura, okay. The agent can take from here, or if the agent does this, it will be taking the next on queue. For example, this one, okay. But on queue, the agent can select which interaction to take, okay. And for example, maybe a supervisor went to the queue. I have here these two. Let me put full screen, okay. Okay, I'm a supervisor and I see, this is Laura. I will assign a label, okay. So this is client, okay. My supervisor assigned a label. I can do also that as agent, right? This is a client. Sorry, this is uninterested. Okay. So imagine that me, the training admin, the training agent, wants to attend the client. Okay. So I just go here and take. Okay. And here in live interactions, I'll be having my chat. I'm attending Laura. Hello, Laura. Nice to have you back. Here I'm chatting. Okay. I can here send attachments from file system. Remember that we saw the file system or from my PC. Okay. And here I have my ticket number, and this is only a label. I already have queue here. But if I want to, I can also take this because I have enough attention capability to take both chats, right? Questions? Let's see the supervisor. Here on the supervisor, I don't see anything on queue. Archive, I have the three that we already did. And in monitoring, I have these two chats. So if I'm a supervisor, I can see the interaction here. I can start coaching the agent if I want to. Okay. I have here my occupancy. I have here my service level, my abandoned, and so. And why do I see training half green, half red? Because I'm attending two chats. Yes, that's why I'm half red. But I'm half red because I haven't reached my maximum capability. If I reach my maximum capability, I will be red, 100% red. Okay. Okay. Let's finish. Not interested. And Laura was a deal. Okay. Okay. I now have here my two. I take it, yes. Service level, no. Deal and goal, yes. Not interested, not interested. Okay. I want you to show you something else that is very important. Conversation terminated and conversation terminated. We have another, I can select here. We have another type of ender, okay, that I haven't shown you here. One is process, and that means that you ended on a bot, okay? You have process error. Process error is that you were on a bot and the bot had some issue, or we have done something bad on our implementation and you have a process error. Or you can have network. What network means, and network is one of the most enders that you will see without a doubt. Network means that the user, the client, closed the tab, went to another website, and moved. Okay? So basically, network is when we lost the session of the client. So for example, if I close this, our server is monitoring if that interaction is still alive. Okay, so in a few seconds this interaction will go to close, and will go to close because we detected that the session of the client when missing. Okay, and that's why we put here in ender network. So network means that basically we lost the connection to the client, and the reasons why: he had a problem with the internet, he moved to another website, or he closed the tab. It's no specification within the three of them. We just know that we lost his session. Okay?
Session can be restored if he back to the page during
Yes,
the
yes,
certain time or not.
yes, yes. If I go back here within, I think it's 1 minute, the session is still alive. And does not apply between the website. If I move, if in my website I move within pages, and the site is storing the cookies, my session will be alive when I move between pages. Okay.
Okay.
So let's see that report. Do you see network here?
Yes.
Great. That's very important for me to know. You guys know what network is about. Do you have any questions on chat?
I have a question here about if agent have a conversation and have an error or have something wrong, he can have the ability to requeue the conversation to another one.
The agent can requeue a conversation, yes, and he can transfer the conversation to another campaign, to another agent, or to another attention level.
Okay.
Requeue means send it back again to the queue for someone else to take it. Okay. Any other question with chat? Obviously, we have two things that we are going to review later. The first thing is how to assign design to the web chat. We're going to review that on the web designer module. Okay, how to develop chats with custom uh, login form, colors, fonts, and that. Okay, and the second thing that we are missing reviewing yet is the process flow for bots. Okay, but you have any question regarding the configuration of the campaign, how this works, also with the reports?
I have one question for the ACD time, Laura.
Mm-hmm.
What is the ACD time exactly?
Okay. The ACD time is the seconds looking for agent, not including the time between reserving an agent and the agent answer. Okay. So for example, obviously these are all queued, so that's why I have 0, right? The ACD time is the time that inConcert spend assigning the interaction to an agent.
Okay, so it's the time that the system takes to assign a conversation to an agent.
Yes. The wait time on the difference is the seconds conversation had the content be connected but without any agent attending it.
So this is the time from assigning the conversation to the agent till he answers or send his first message.
Yes. So when you have the campaign set as queued, you don't have any ACD time, of course, and you have that time on wait time.
Okay. And the attention is the duration for the conversation once assigned to the agent. And abandon time, the time.
Abandon time is the time that the interaction had without any text from the agent. Remember that in chat, an abandoned chat means that no agent sent a text to the client. That does not mean that the interaction was assigned. Remember my first example that the interaction was
Yes.
assigned, but the agent never responded, and that was marked as abandoned, and the interaction automatically closed on the agent. Do you remember that example?
Yes, exactly. But is it calculated from the last message sent by the agent?
Sorry?
How it's calculated? Is it calculated from the last message sent by the agent or the agent idle time if he's not sending messages?
What, the abandoned time?
Yes.
No, the abandoned time is, for example, if I start the chat, okay, and I go to the waiting or queue or whatever, the timing is starting since I started the chat, okay, and the timing is ended when I close the interaction. So for example, if I am doing this, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I already have it. And if I do this, that will stop the clock for abandoned. Do you see that it went off automatically?
Yes.
So this will have here the abandoned time 16. That is the same of the waiting, right? Because no one answering me. No one answered me.
Exactly. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Sorry. Let me see if we can. Okay, for example, you can also set up a ghost threshold. Okay, that means, for example, if I want to mark that as a ghost, I can do so. For example, 10 seconds. Okay. Short conversation is for reporting here a short conversation. Okay. Let me show you.
So what's a ghost again?
Sorry?
What is a ghost threshold?
Ghost is when for example, let me show you. I put 10 seconds, right?
Yes.
So if I do this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I had an error. I didn't want to get it to the chat. Okay,
Okay.
let's see. Do you see here ghost? Yes. And abandon it? No. What ghost does is it has a it's like an abandon it, but it was so short that I won't get that affect my abandoned rate, right? Is how we difference at abandoned that was so short that that can affect my my abandoned rate.
So it's a short abandoned.
Mm-hmm. For example, if a user is 10 seconds on the ACD and I don't grab that chat, I am telling inConcert not to mark that as an abandoned and not be affecting my percentage of abandoned rate, and not be so drastic about that error, because in chat, for example, we have many situations when the clients click on the chat and they was just curious, right? And that's it. You can achieve a not to be so dramatic on your abandon rate if you click here. Okay, so you can set up the abandon from 10 and so, okay.
Okay.
I can set up the wrap up time here. I can set up the answer here. Do you want to try these ones? For example, I will be putting here 10 seconds. Or for example, no, let's put this one. This one, if you are on the ACD more than X seconds, you can have an action to finalize the conversation or to transfer the campaign. This is like on calls when you have a maximum time of ACD.
Yes. So what about the answer in the above?
Let me show you. Let me put here 5 seconds. Press hold. Okay. Give me 1 minute, Muhammad. I want to look at something.
Okay, take yours.
Okay. I also remember something that I haven't shown you. Okay, so let's have this. I'm going to check this, okay? And I'm going to. Did you see that it went back? So if I take
Yes.
this, if I don't answer in 10 seconds, he will give the interaction back in 5 seconds. Sorry, I put here 5 seconds. Okay, this is what the answer threshold does. Sorry, here. Do you see that if I take the call and if I don't answer in 5 seconds, that will give me that will go back to the sorry, this isn't a strike. Go back to the queue. What this does is for me to be sure that if I sign an interaction to an agent, he will respond. Right? So if my agent don't respond in 10 seconds, I will be looking for another agent, right?
So what's the difference between this and the ECD wait threshold? I can transfer the conversation if exceeded a certain time.
No, the ACD is the amount of time that you have on the ACD waiting. So for example, WebRTC, sorry. If I start my chat, okay, and I am the waiting 1 minute, 2 minutes, but ACD wait time is I haven't talked to any agent. It could be the first time or the second one, but if I have 5 minutes on the wait, I can do something. But this is the answer of the agent. If inConcert assigns the interaction to an agent and the agent doesn't send a message in 10 seconds, inConcert will assign that interaction once again on the queue or in the waiting for other agent to take that interaction. This will allow me, for example, not giving an interaction to an agent and the agent doesn't look that he has something. Because if I don't do that, if I don't do this, if I don't configure this answer threshold, I can have that information, the interaction in my power, and I just don't text anything back, right? This is the time
Yes.
spent on the waiting, and this is the time that inConcert expects me as an agent to text back to the client.
So ACD is the waiting time on the queue, and
Yes.
the answer, which is live time once it's assigned to the agent.
The answer starts when inConcert assigns me the interaction.
Yes.
This maybe is useful for me to assure my service level. You get why? Because
Yes.
if I don't send the first text in 10 seconds, let's try another agent and maybe he will answer right away. Okay? And let's see this wrap up. Okay? The wrap up is more easy. Is when to start the wrap up. I'm going to take this. I'm going to end the interaction. Okay. I didn't talk to you about two things. Did you saw that inConcert disconnect me for strikes?
Yes.
Well, strikes is it's when inConcert assigns me an interaction and I don't answer that interaction. It can happen with email. Uh, sorry, it can happen with calls. For example, if a call is assigned to me and you don't have auto answer configured and I don't answer that interaction, that's a strike. If you have 3 strikes in a row, inConcert will automatically disconnect you. Okay? And that's what you see here. For example, let me show you here on the supervisor here. System, sorry. Max strikes reach. Kick out. That's called a kick out. When inConcert disconnects you, it's called a kick out. Okay? So what a strike is when inConcert assigns you an interaction and you don't take it. Okay? If you reach 3 in a row, inConcert will trigger a kick out. Okay? And it will show
Okay.
you
So
on your supervisor that you had a kick out, right?
is this configuration done in the campaign?
No. This is on inConcert. You don't have access. This is a default inConcert configuration. You can't.
So the default is 3 conversations, not answered, so it will kick me out.
Yes, in a row.
Okay.
This because we understand that you are not working if this happens, right? And this is an alarm for the supervisor. Okay.
Yes.
Something I didn't show you guys is this. On the accounts, you can set up a finalization message. Okay. This is for maybe sorry, sending the transcription of the chat. So if I enable this, I can set up the chat campaign to send the transcription of our chat to the client's email. Okay. Do you see here include transcription? Well, you can set up here, okay? But obviously for this to work, you need the email. So we have two opportunities to get the client's email. One is have a login form on the chat and ask the client for his email. Or the second is the agent to be able to save the email for the contact. Okay? And how we can set up the contact's email by activating the contact management functionality that I want to talk more about tomorrow. Okay, so I want to leave the chat account here, and tomorrow I want to add another account. We can start tomorrow by email. Okay. Any questions?
Okay. I have one question for the messages. I guess, is there any kind of variables to be defined by, hello, my name is Muhammad, for example, like the canned response?
But where?
In the campaign messages, automated messages in the chat. For the welcome message, for example.
You have it right here. You're talking announce chatting agent. You're now chatting with.
Exactly. So what is the list of this variable? Is it available somewhere I can pick from? Because I can see here a list of variables.
Yes, you can see them here.
Okay.
First name is agent first name. Agent name. Yeah, I always pick it from here.
Okay. Thank you. For the survey after the chat, is it available? I've seen that we can have a survey. It's CSAT survey.
Sorry?
For the CSAT survey, the survey after the chat, for the satisfaction, customer satisfaction survey.
Yes, we're going to see that on the design. The survey of a chat is on the design. On the last module of the training, we're going to review the surveys of each channel.
Okay.
Specifically on the chat, the survey is not a part of the configuration of the campaign. Is on the design of the chat. We're going to review that on the last module. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Well, let's finish for today our session, and tomorrow we'll be configure another type of account. Okay, maybe phone or mail. Okay. So see you tomorrow, guys.
Okay, see you.
Thank you very much, Laura.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.